Hey, thanks for clicking in. This is Amy McGrady, your premier real estateologist. Retired attorney. I practiced law for 15 years in Miami and another 15 years in Fort Lauderdale. And now I am out of the office and into the streets, bringing you information regarding Southeast Florida. So this video, I'd like to talk about the best places that, in my opinion, are the best places to retire in South Florida. So it'll run the gamut, and I think I'm going to break it down by county. So let's start with the northernmost county that I work in, and that is Palm Beach County. So I'm going to do from Palm Beach to the Keys. That's Palm Beach County, Broward County, Miami-Dade County, and Monroe County, where the Florida Keys are. So if you're dreaming of retiring to a place where the sun shines year-round, ocean breezes greet you daily, and there's no shortage of golf or beach walks and waterfront dining, then Southeast Florida is the place for you. There are so many gems down here. You can retire either to a single-family home, a luxury home, whatever suits your lifestyle, all the way down to the 55-plus communities, which is really kind of a creature of Florida and Arizona and all these lovely sunny spots. Las Vegas, like all of us lovely sunny climates, created the 55-plus community. Not sure how that happened, but it happened. And the 55-plus communities are pretty cool because there's less maintenance involved. That's kind of why they were created. And they're affordable because, let's face it, when we stop working, if you didn't do it right, your income drops. And if you did do it right, you still might not want to mow lawns anymore or paint houses anymore or do all the things. So let's get back at looking at the geographically terrific places to retire in South Florida. I just want to remind you that I was born in Miami, raised in New York, came back though like a salmon, so I'm back in South Florida, and this is my jam and this is my place, my little slice of paradise on this little blue planet. This is where I love, and so many other people love it too. So it's going to be a nice positive video, and I'm going to share with you the places or the towns that I think are pretty cool to retire to. So starting with Palm Beach County is Delray Beach. So Delray Beach is energetic, walkable, full of charm. I mean, the houses go back to the early 1900s, Spanish construction, all the way to modern sugar cube mansions. So the architecture runs the gamut. Atlantic Avenue is fabulous. It's like a little Worth Avenue or Las Olas Boulevard or other artsy, boutique-y, walkable streets. So you have art galleries, restaurants, clubs, great shopping, all the things. So Atlantic Avenue is really the hub of Delray Beach. And then the other thing about Delray Beach is it's near the ocean. Just ride your bike, take the walk, whatever you want to do, depending on where you choose to live in Delray Beach. It can either be focused on the ocean or focused on the artistic vibe in Delray Beach. The next terrific spot to retire to or think about retiring to is Boca Raton. So Boca Raton brings more luxury and lifestyle together. Think upscale shopping, great healthcare, country clubs, and beachside living. That kind of sums up Boca. It's a beautiful place, heavy restrictions on property. So, code enforcement's right on top of it. A lot of restrictive covenants. So a lot of planned unit developments with security, a lot of golf courses. So Boca just looks flawless, from down to the blades of grass to the paint on the walls. Boca's a nice, beautiful, upscale city to live in. Got Murakami Museum. There's a little museum vibe. So Boca Raton, very nice. My mom used to live in Boca on the golf course. It was fabulous, relaxing, tranquil, and upscale. Then we've got Boynton Beach. So Boynton Beach is close to Boca, but it's more budget friendly. But it's still waterfront condos, a scenic marina area, and strong retirement communities. And the other place that I like in Palm Beach County is Lake Worth and Lake Worth Beach. So Lake Worth Beach is artsy, quirky, and historic. I mean, it's got the cute little cottages that were built like in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Some of the properties have 2 cottages with a courtyard in between, and they're really well maintained. They're painted colorful, like you're in the Bahamas or something, like an island vibe and an artsy vibe. The streets are walkable. There's a fabulous public golf course there with a delicious restaurant. And the downtown is really cool. It's revitalized, a lot of small businesses and small restaurants and it's a great place. And then there's Lake Worth, which is Lake Worth proper as opposed to Lake Worth Beach. Lake Worth Beach is closer to the Intracoastal and the ocean. Lake Worth is generally west of 95, but again, a beautiful community, a lot of planned unit developments, golf courses, like that. So it's very affordable, and it has a growing creative community. And then there's Wellington, which is West Palm Beach County. So Wellington is definitely quieter and greener than the beachside communities. It's actually known for its world-class equestrian scene, beautiful parks, and family-friendly suburbs. Most of the properties out there in Wellington are minimum 1 acre, 1 to 10 acres is the average size of a parcel in Wellington. So you've got the equestrian vibe, the rural vibe, and you can build, a workshop on your property, an art studio, barns for your horses. Nobody bothers you like they would in a downtown urban area. So it's just a slower pace, upscale, and a lot of retirees appreciate this vibe. And then there's a cool place out in Wellington. It's called the Aero Club. So the Aero Club is an exclusive community of about 240 custom-built homes, and they're all on a minimum 1 acre, and there's usually a hangar for your airplane on the property. So most of the people that live at the Aero Club have a small aircraft. They keep the aircraft in the hangar, and then the community shares a 4,000-foot runway for your plane. So you pretty much have your plane in your backyard and your runway in your backyard. It's fabulous. And there are not too many aero communities down here in Florida. Then we've got Loxahatchee, which is super close to Wellington. It's out there west, but it's definitely a little more affordable than Wellington, and it definitely has the rural feel, but you're super close to all the city conveniences. There are large lots. There are no homeowner associations out there. You can park your RVs out there with nobody bothering you about it. And it's just peace and quiet and old Florida at its best. And then the other place that I like to mention in Palm Beach County is Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter, Florida, not Jupiter up there in the sky. Jupiter's like a scenic, relaxed, and naturally beautiful place. It's perfect for retirees that love boating, beaches, and a slower coastal lifestyle. So those are the ones I like in Palm Beach County. Just to recap what they are in case you're making a list. If you like Palm Beach County, Delray Beach, Boca Raton, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth Beach, Wellington, Loxahatchee, and Jupiter. So now let's go a little bit further south and talk about Broward County. Broward County is the county in which Fort Lauderdale is located. So that would be my number one place to recommend that you retire to is Fort Lauderdale. It's basically the city meets the beach. There are great hospitals nearby. There's great boating and water and people, user-friendly waters in Fort Lauderdale. A lot of deep water to the ocean. Walkable neighborhoods and just lots to do. Museums, restaurants. Really all of the things that you appreciate if you're coming from an urban environment and you want that urban vibe. I've lived here since 1986. This is 2005. I've lived here that long in Fort Lauderdale. So I can personally vouch for the lifestyle. I like the urban feel. I still need to take my little weekends up to Manhattan just to really get my New York fix. But it's pretty close, and it's not a culture shock if you're moving from an urban area to Fort Lauderdale. Lots of New Yorkers down here. Sometimes we call it Southern New York. Then the other place in Broward County that I recommend is Pompano Beach. I have other videos about Pompano Beach. It runs from the ocean pretty far inland, like a few miles inland. So that's an affordable community as well. It's more affordable than Fort Lauderdale. The beach and oceanfront condo scene is stunning. There's a fabulous new pier there, but it's got a more quiet and easygoing atmosphere on the beach than does Fort Lauderdale. But it's growing in leaps and bounds. I mean, some of the projects going on right now in Pompano Beach are the W. So that's condo hotel that's going to be. They've not yet broken ground, but the sales office is open. The Ritz-Carlton sales office is open. They're probably 50% done. And the Waldorf Astoria. They've broken ground as well. And those are going to be luxury condos, naturally, given the brand. And they're right on the sand. So, but in addition to these new luxurious investments that are coming in, the oceanfront condos that have been there since the 70s are really fabulous. I mean, they built them on the sand. You can't beat the view in most of the units. You just have to pick the right unit, and make your choices. Do you want a full ocean view? You want a partial ocean view? Are you good being on the west side of A1A and being steps to the beach? Even if you're steps from the beach without an ocean view, you get the vibe. Flip-flops and shorts, baby. So the other place for flip-flops and shorts is Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood has a great beach scene too, and they have a couple of circles. It's interesting how they laid it out back in the 30s. Beautiful royal palms. There's the North Lake section, the South Lake section, which have historic homes with Spanish architecture, and again, the new construction, whether it's Mediterranean or modern. The other cool thing about Hollywood is on those circles, on one of them, I can't remember, maybe it's Young Circle, I don't know the name of it. It's the one closest to downtown Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard itself, from Dixie Highway to Federal Highway, has fabulous small shops, restaurants, bars, dive bars, upscale bars, all the things. It's a pretty fun little street to be down, similar to Atlantic Avenue in Delray and Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale. But the cool thing about Hollywood that no other beach town except for down in Miami in Central Beach is that they have a boardwalk. Miami Mid-Beach has a boardwalk made out of boards for a couple of blocks. But Hollywood has a broad walk, so that's pavers. It's a broad walk, not boardwalk. And there's restaurants and bars and shopping. The shopping's more geared toward tourists right now, because as it always has been, souvenir shops and stuff. But great pizza, pretty, just like chill food. But it is in flux right now, and there are some really good chef-owned restaurants independently opening on the boardwalk right on the beach. The boardwalk's I think it's about 2 miles long, so it's a great place to jog, bike, rollerblade, exercise. And it is one of the favorites among retirees, really just because of that, because you got your park with handball courts and pickleball courts. You can take bike rides, walk, and feel that beach breeze. It feels like you're on vacation every day. That is the beautiful thing about retiring to Florida. I don't feel like I'm on vacation every day because I'm out there working hard for you. Oh, so while I have you, I'm going to give you a PSA. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video or any other video that you like with friends that might be looking to retire in Florida. And ring the little bell so you get the notifications when I put new videos up. So to recap Broward County, my favorites in Broward County are Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, and Hollywood. It's not as long as Palm Beach County, so that's why there's less. There are more places to live in Hollywood. These are just my favorites. Miami-Dade County. Let's talk about Miami. So, of course, we've got downtown, Brickell. You want an urban vibe? 100%. Downtown Miami, Brickell. And then even a little bit north, Edgewater, Wynwood, Midtown. Terrific places to retire if you like the urban vibe, the fashion, and you like to people watch. Fantastic restaurants and museums. And of course, right there on the water. So fantastic water views from your home or walks on the water. And then we have Coral Gables, which is a beautiful and elegant tree-lined part of Miami that's full of history. Gorgeous homes, primarily Spanish architecture and Mediterranean charm. And it has great proximity to the beach, to downtown Miami, to Jackson Memorial, and a lot of other Baptist hospital system. There's a lot of good hospital systems. I mean, once I hit 60, I was like, dude, my ideas of retiring to a fabulous island somewhere got tossed because I can't go living on an island without a hospital once I hit a certain age. You know what I mean? So that's why South Florida is great, because it's a fantastic hospital system, really, from Palm Beach, certainly, to the Keys. I know about points north, but as more people retire here and there's a demand for a better healthcare system and healthcare resources, they come. Supply and demand, right? So that's another nice thing about Miami, Coral Gables, Broward County, and Palm Beach County. Aventura, another fabulous place where a lot of people like to go to retire. This is your luxury lifestyle. It's mostly high-rise condos with fantastic water views, top-tier shopping, and nearby golf. So it's pretty busy. So, but the transportation system, like if you Uber around, then it's easy in Aventura. If you drive yourself, just be ready to sit in traffic a lot. Turn your radio up and enjoy your music, because there's quite a bit of traffic in Aventura because there's a lot of people living in a small piece of dirt right there. Everybody's vertical, living with those water views, and there are only so many roads. And then we have Key Biscayne. Key Biscayne is a peaceful island just minutes from downtown Miami, and it's perfect for those who want beach access without the buzz and an upscale lifestyle. A lot of people that live on Key Biscayne, you just go from Miami over the Rickenbacker Causeway, over Biscayne Bay, and you're on Key Biscayne. And a lot of people that live there have an upscale lifestyle, and it's quiet, but you still have that island vibe. So, but yet you're so close to Miami and the airport and all the things. So recapping Miami-Dade County, formerly known as Dade County, Coral Gables, downtown Miami, Aventura, and Key Biscayne are my favorites. Now, if we move to the Florida Keys, I mean, that is the ultimate island life. Just be careful you don't get the Keys disease. If you want to know what the Keys disease is, hit me up in the comments. I'll let you know. If you know what it is, share it with everybody else. But basically the keys are kind of broken down by upper keys, middle keys, and lower keys. So the upper keys, your biggest key and your largest population is in Key Largo. So Key Largo is super close to Miami. So you can do all the shopping and everything easily. It's even closer to Homestead, and Homestead's really built up now too. So there's outlet malls in Homestead that's like half-hour away. It's got affordable island living, great for boaters and divers because you have John Pennekamp Park there. That's a national park, underwater national park. So there are just all of the benefits of living in an island and on the Keys, but you're super close to Miami and Homestead, so you're connected to the mainland quite easily. Now, as you go further south into the middle, actually the middle of the Keys is Marathon. I was conceived there, by the way. Little fact. That's mile marker 50, Marathon. Isla Morada's like mile marker 110, I think it starts at. Then you go down to Marathon, which is mile marker 50. But before you hit Marathon, you hit Isla Morada. And Isla Morada's kind of more populated, the most populated in the middle Keys. That's where Chica Lodge is and a couple of other amazing resorts and upscale fish camps, if you may. But Isla Morada is more upscale, artsy, and quiet. It's really for people that are seeking tranquility, fishing, and island charm. You're further away from the mainland, so you feel more islandy. And now if you go down to the lower Keys, in between Marathon and Key West, you're going to really feel islandy. You're going to be more isolated. But if you like that and you want to go off-grid or as close to off-grid as you can, that's the place to be. So it'll be between Marathon and Key West. But now once you roll all the way south and get into Key West, now you're going to get more populated. Cruise ships go into Key West. There are bars and restaurants and clubs and tourists. So it's very colorful, walkable, and full of history. Duval Street and watching the sunset on Duval every single night is really an experience. I never get tired of it. But it is the ultimate no winter, no shoes lifestyle. So to recap the Florida Keys, Monroe County, we like Key Largo, Isla Morada, and Key West. So if you're thinking about retiring to Florida and you want to explore homes or communities that fit your lifestyle and your budget, let's talk. I offer personalized tours and relocation support to help you make a confident move. I'm also getting tagged as the senior strategist, so I'm here as a resource hub for relocation, for people that are aging in place, for people that are parenting their parents. So if you need some help with that and resources locally for that, I've got handymen, I've got lawyers, I've got medical staff, I've got medical supply companies, I've got therapists, all kinds of people that can help parent your parent or can help your children parent you. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your favorite retirement spot or one that you might be curious about. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, and peace.